Non mi importa, dopo lo puoi farmi una volta.
È calda?
Sì, calda, bellissima, guarda. Adesso bisognerebbe, tu non hai chiesto lì le proprietà di quest'acqua?
Fa ricrescere i capelli.
Dai pochi. Quando fanno pioggia fredda fa lì. No, perché bisogna sapere se fa male, sta dentro tanto, se ti causa qualche collasso.
O col lasso o col treno?
Sono anche lì che non è dipende quanto stai. Allora, io so sempre quella più.
Cosa hanno comprato?
Facciamo Geyser, un bagno Geyser, buoni.
Dai, facciamo quella foto prima? No, no, tengo... Cosa dici?
Che ore sono, Lella?
Sono le 10 e un quarto in punto. Io fa le 10 e 12, il mio allora.
Ah, questi mi faranno finire la pellicola. Sto fermo, dopo perdo l'attimo in cui esce fuori all'improvviso. Mi sa che sta aspettando qualche ritardatario. Oh, ridateci i soldi che qui non succede niente. 3 giorni dopo. Che ore sono?
Adesso per me sono le 10 e un quarto.
Ma tu hai consultato la pellicola,
porca. Fammi trattenere.
Dopo va tagliato tutto quel pezzo lì perché guardiamo.
The effect of that, ladies and gentlemen, is that it will change the surface tension of the water that is beneath me, and all things being equal, in about 5 minutes' time we'll have a geyser. If we don't, I'm in deep trouble with you lot. This phenomenon was discovered quite by accident about 100 years ago, when there was a group of prisoners in here working on the first forest farm in the region. They came down here one day to do some washing in a hot pool, and much to their amazement, after about 10 minutes of washing there, they found their clothing about 30 feet in the air. The prisoners were last seen disappearing through the scrub. Of course, at the time they didn't understand quite what was happening or how it was happening. They just realised that soap and hot water equated to clothing going in the air. Of course, we now understand the principles of it. This geothermal area that you're in today is about 900 years old. It's part of a larger area in New Zealand, approximately 250 kilometres long and about 5 kilometres wide, so it's quite a narrow band. It commences in the south in the Tongariro National Park on Mount Ruapehu and goes through to White Island in the Bay of Plenty. The region is about 2,000 years old, and we've had a lot of activity in that time. The last big bang we had was about 2.5 years ago when Mount Ruapehu blew up. That morning, about this hour of the day, we looked to the south to see a large cloud coming towards us. It had all the appearances of a large thunderstorm cloud. It was a purpley black colour, quite an ugly looking thing. In fact, by 11:30 that day, it wasn't rain that was falling on us, it was ash. By 1 o'clock that day, this area was in total darkness. The cloud of ash was so thick the sun would not get through it. The airways in the North Island were closed for approximately a week, and it created quite a bit of devastation in the city areas with blocked drains and what have you. The biggest bang, however, is actually the biggest bang that's ever been recorded on the world. In the year 186 AD, what we now know as Lake Taupo exploded. It had exploded 200 years prior, unbeknown to anybody, and there was a small lake formed on the top of it. The second time it went off in 186, the Romans, the Greeks and the Chinese all recorded the fact that somewhere in the world there'd been a big bang. Of course, New Zealand hadn't been discovered at that stage. In fact, everybody thought the world was flat. But they knew, because 5% of the total atmosphere in the world was filled with the ash from that explosion. Every tree within a 30-kilometre radius of Lake Taupo was sucked back into the lake with a vortex that was formed after that explosion. For those of you who are going to Waitomo Caves over on the west coast, you will see boulders in the paddocks the size of houses that were thrown from the lake during that explosion. So it must have been quite a bang. There will be another bang, and one day at home, wherever you may come from, you will see on the television or you'll read in the paper that there's been a mighty volcanic explosion in New Zealand. And you'll say, hey, Alan was right. I remember him telling us that. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's not a case of if, it's simply a case of when. The volcanologists are keeping a very careful watch at the moment on White Island because it is changing considerably. There is a major fault line immediately to my right, about 10 km away, where they expect the next large explosion to be. Whether I'm standing here at the time when it goes off is in the lap of the gods, but we'll see. You'll be one thing, you'll be a survivor or a statistic. As simple as that. So we just carry on. The Geyser is going to go off shortly, ladies and gentlemen. Taking the first photographs of the first eruptions of the Geyser are always the best because that's when it's at its highest. The water table is quite low at the moment, so I'm not going to guarantee it's going to go for an hour or so. It may only go for 15 minutes. Just before I sign off, we are very proud of our park here. We work very hard to keep it like it is. Please do not smoke cigarettes in the park. The bush is still dry in spite of the bit of rain we've had. The litter problem, and of course the sulphur will burn. We had a sulphur fire just recently. Thank you for your attention. Enjoy your holiday. Grab some photographs in about 60 seconds, I would say. Thank you.
Between 300 to 500,000 Māoris living in New Zealand. Not too many. This is a taiaha, and the tefa. And there's a dull side. We cut about halfway through the dull side. Okay? I think I'm cutting through part of it. That just creates these lines here, so I can see what I'm doing. I'll just be making a G-string, okay? It's not as easy as it looks, folks. It's a bit of a knack to it. Just got to get all this waxy film off these fibres. Okay, so these fibres can actually be dyed, because with the wax on there, the dye's not going to get through, is it? You having a good time in New Zealand? Yeah. You're staying the night here, or? It's party town, eh? Big city, Rotorua. Pass that around and look at that if you like. And that becomes waste. So I'll just show you how to do that. Just get your leaf back a little bit. It's not working, is it? Got too much sun cream on your legs. It is actually working, I'm just taking my time because it's nice. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make these two meet, which I'll cheat. Kick that one up a little bit. Yeah, that's it.